Islam asserts that numerous Jewish tribes were present in 7th century Arabia, eagerly awaiting the arrival of God's final messenger, Muhammad peace be upon him. If this claim can be substantiated by independent sources, it would offer strong evidence for the truth of Islam, demonstrating that Muhammad fulfilled Jewish messianic expectations. This article explores how both the Bible and archaeology support Islam's claims. Historians confirm the presence of various Jewish tribes in and around the oases of Arabia before the advent of Islam. Alexander Marx, a noted historian, wrote that in the northwest of the Arabian Peninsula, Jews occupied oases along caravan routes. One such oasis, Yathrib, later known as Medina, was likely founded by them. Considering the harsh and unforgiving environment of Arabia, characterized by extensive deserts and constant threats from Bedouin raids, there must have been a compelling reason for Jewish tribes to settle in such a hostile region. Islam provides a motive. Before Muhammad's prophethood, the Jewish tribes in Medina would often taunt their pagan Arab neighbors during disputes, claiming that when their prophet arrived, he would triumph over them. But where did these Jewish tribes acquire such detailed knowledge about the coming prophet? The answer lies in two prophecies from the Old Testament's book of Isaiah, which not only identify a specific location in Arabia, but also provide a timeline. In Isaiah 42 verses 1 to 11, God says, "Here is my servant, whom I uphold, my chosen one in whom I delight. I will put my spirit on him, and he will bring justice to the nations. Let the settlements where Kedar lives rejoice. Let the people of Selah sing for joy. Let them shout from the mountaintops." This prophecy speaks of a servant of God who will bring justice to the earth, with a particular focus on the regions of Kedar and Selah. The Bible identifies Kedar as one of the sons of Ishmael, associated with Arabia. Selah is the name of a famous mountain in Medina, which narrows the prophecy's location to this specific city. Given this information, the question arises, how did the Jewish tribes in Medina know when this prophet would arrive? The answer can be found in Isaiah 21 verses 13 to 17, another prophecy that complements Isaiah 42. This prophecy speaks of an oracle concerning Arabia and mentions that the caravans of Dedanites will lodge in the thickets of Arabia. Historically, Dedan, located in North Arabia, was an important commercial city that suffered an economic decline and eventual abandonment in the 3rd century CE. Remarkably, soon after Dedan's collapse, there is archaeological evidence of a Jewish presence in the area. German historian Werner Kaskel noted that after Dedan's decline, a population that wrote in Nabatean script, including many Jews, settled in the area, leaving behind Hebrew inscriptions. This sudden Jewish presence in the oases of Arabia corresponds with Isaiah's prophecy about the Bedouization of the Dedanites. It suggests that the Jews, witnessing Dedan's economic collapse and the subsequent abandonment of its settlements, took this as a sign that the time had come to migrate and await the prophet's arrival. Isaiah 21 verses 14 to 15 further calls on the inhabitants of Tema, another oasis in North Arabia, to provide food and water to some fugitives fleeing persecution. This imagery aligns with a significant event in Muhammad's life, the Hijra migration of Muslims from Mecca to Medina. Persecuted by the pagan Quraysh of Mecca for preaching monotheism, the early Muslims found refuge in Medina after being invited by its residents. The final part of Isaiah 21 verses 16 to 17 states that within a year, all the splendor of Kedar will come to an end, and the number of archers, the mighty men of the sons of Kedar, will be few. This prophecy relates to the Battle of Badr, where the Muslims, though outnumbered and poorly equipped, miraculously defeated the pagan Quraysh of Mecca. This event marked the beginning of the end for the pagan Arabs of Mecca, fulfilling the prophecy of Kedar's decline. Notably, the timeline for this prophecy is also significant. While the commonly used versions of Isaiah suggest a timeline of 1 year, the oldest known manuscript of Isaiah, the Great Isaiah Scroll, found among the Dead Sea Scrolls, gives a timeline of 3 years. This aligns perfectly with the timeline of the Battle of Badr, which took place 2 years after the Hijra. In conclusion, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, not only fulfilled the conditions laid out in these prophecies, but did so in the precise order and within the exact time frame specified. The Jewish tribes of Arabia, who were well versed in these prophecies, would have recognized the fulfillment of these signs. Many Jewish scholars in Arabia did embrace Islam, acknowledging Muhammad as the prophet foretold in their scriptures. However, despite this overwhelming evidence, some Jews rejected Muhammad, not due to a lack of knowledge or fulfillment of the prophecies, but perhaps due to prejudice, as indicated by the narration of Safiya bint Huyay, a Jewish wife of the prophet.